Hello, everyone. This is MT Entertainment, formerly M Thurber Gaming. For almost 9 years, I have been making content here on YouTube, over the course of which I've made over 400 videos on many different topics and in many forms of videos. Over the years, I've tried many ways of making this channel big and trying to make it work in my eyes. And in the last couple of years, for me, that meant having a big audience and making lots of money so I could do this full time and buy whatever I want whenever I want. So really, this just became all about money. My one and only thought was to make content that will be the most interesting to people and in return make me money, which is a terrible mindset to have when being a content creator. It should be all about making content I like, the kind of content I would want to see. And if other people like it too and want to see more of it, then great. But it shouldn't be all about fame and money, obviously. It would be great if I had a lot of subscribers and making a living off of this, but that shouldn't be my one and only reason for making content. I made this channel way back in 2015. I was 12 years old and just wanted to make content. I wanted to make Let's Plays, make top 10 lists, and do reviews. Though I haven't done many Let's Plays or reviews, I have done many top 10 lists, and I'd love to continue doing them, but in a different way. I'd love to have a lot more interaction on this channel. I'd love to make it an actual community with people talking about all the games and franchises they love just like I do. And so I thought a great way to continue doing the top 10 lists would be to have them done via audience votes. I've been trying to figure out how to use Google Forums so that you, the viewer, could actually vote for future top 10 lists. I think that would be great. It would allow for much more engagement and maybe even conversation. Over the course of this channel, and especially in the last couple years, I've tried a ton of different topics and video formats, and I really think that has really damaged the channel. I've tried to cast a wide net in a way, and in doing that, I've actually managed to not catch anything, and I'd like to change that. I've tried covering so many things in just kind of a generic way, just saying video games, movies, TV shows, and theme parks. And I think that's really cluttered things up. Because if somebody watched a video on, let's say, a TV show's ending or something, and wants to see more videos like that, then there's chances of going weeks or even months without another video like that coming out, because I'm trying to do so much, and it's just awful. So instead, I'm scaling things back and just focusing on video games, and doing so in a few smaller categories of videos. I still want to do top 10 lists, but I also have a couple other ideas for videos. One I call Gaming Classics, where I look at a specific game, usually an older one, and just talk about how great it is. Another one was to look at a group of games that are pretty similar, but probably wouldn't be entertaining enough or long enough for their own video. Another category I call My Gaming Addiction, where I talk about games that I just went crazy about and played for a concerningly large amount of time, usually being a phone game or some form of time waster video game. And the last category is similar to the gaming classics, but it'll just be looking at handheld games, of many big franchises or just ones that I really like or would find interesting, because a lot of those can be pretty interesting and usually pretty weird. This may all sound odd and pretty risky, but I feel like the channel is already kind of dead, and I feel like this is a very necessary step to take. This is content I genuinely want to make, and I think it'll be a lot of fun, and hopefully you'll like it too. And if not, that's okay. I think I should get back to focusing more on the content that I really do enjoy making, and not just whatever I think will get the most views and subscribers and, make me the most money or whatever. That's just a dumb way to think, and it's time to move away from that. Recently, I went back and watched a lot of my older content from 4 years ago, 5 years ago, and all the way back to the very start. And that really helped me see that I need to change. Or, I guess in a way, just go back to where I started. When I was younger and just starting this channel, I was just here to make content and have a great time. I didn't care about getting tons of views and subscribers or even making money. I was just making videos and having fun. If you would like to stick around and check out this content, great. If not, and you'd rather just unsubscribe and forget about this channel, that's fine too. I would still like to someday make this a full-time job because I do think that would be great. Because this is something I do really care about. Sure, I'm not making that my all-time goal, but if it never happens, that's fine too. I'm just going to focus on making the content I want and maybe even building a community. If that sounds good to you, then great, go ahead and stick around. Or if you are completely new here, then go ahead and subscribe if you want. One other thing about this channel has been the name MT Entertainment. I haven't been the happiest with this name. As the first part, though it is just my initials, MT, it does sound very much like empty. So it's been Empty Entertainment, which feels like, well, what's been happening? Just kind of empty content that I barely care about. Not saying I've hated everything I've made. There are quite a few things I think have been genuinely great, and over time, I think I've improved on my voiceover, script writing, and even editing. But anyway, I think I would like to change the name of the channel, but I'm having a little bit of a tough time deciding on what to name it. If you want to suggest something, then go ahead. Could be a game related thing, could be a couple game characters' names or items just spliced together, whatever. One name I thought of was Startup. Like, you just push a button and start up your console, and you're ready to play some video games. Another name I was thinking of was something to do with Bolt, like from Ratchet and Clank. It is my favorite video game series ever. And almost 9 years ago when I started, this channel's original profile picture was of Ratchet and Clank. So it did just really feel right. Some other YouTubers I've seen that have Bolt in their name are the Golden Bolt and Diamond Bolt. And because those two great names are already taken, I was struggling for a bit, but eventually I did think of the name Platinum Bolt, which I think is pretty good. Platinum being like the Platinum Trophy for getting 100% on games from PlayStation, and Bolt, of course, being the bolts from Ratchet and Clank. I thought it was just a pretty good name, so that's what I might go with, but if somebody else has some other suggestion, I'd be open to it. Who knows? Maybe we'll even have a few suggestions and leave it up to a vote, whatever sounds best. That's pretty much all I have to say. I don't want to stretch this video out. In fact, my initial script was around 3 times longer than this. But it was also kind of just me rambling on for quite a bit. But either way, I hope to see you next time. Bye.